Life, boys.
Alright, alrighty. Yeah, good boys. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another weekly edition of the Football Fan Zone EPL review. We have the boys here as usual here to dissect, analyze, and talk about the weekend's action from the Premier League. Let me start the introduction by starting from my top left. The Adams, the blue in the house. How are you feeling? Sunderland gave Chelsea the blues. Yeah, yeah. So how are you feeling, mate? The
Yeah,
Adams.
I'm happy I'm not alone, man. I have misery. Misery likes company, so I, I got you alongside me, bro. That's the
Yeah.
only positive side of this weekend.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Let me also introduce the the, the current table toppers. Repping the current table toppers. Top of the league FC. Chooks. What's up, man? How you feeling, man?
We're top of the league. We're top of the league. Man, it feels nice when rivals lose and you escape. You escape losing. But I thought Adams would be happy that Sunderland won a game. All that talk about Caicedo and Rice. Caicedo can pass the Xhaka test. Observe,
Yeah. Got a shameless lot.
observe him.
Okay. All right. Right. Okay. So let's sort of get into it. I think let's start from the current Premier League champions, who as every weekend goes by, looks like by May won't be champions no more. But right now they're still the current Premier League champions, Liverpool. Yes, it's alarming from a Liverpool perspective. Four Premier League defeats in a row. Um, it's not something that um, any Liverpool fan saw coming, especially when the sort of season was sort of about to kick off. The excitement on about the new signings, the current Premier League champions, everything looks like okay. The team is all set up to go and defend their trophy, and then we're in October and we're already talking about four Premier League defeats on the bounce. So yeah, it's not looking good. But I'm not going to speak so much. I want to hear the views of the Adams and Chooks on Liverpool. So far, so not just sort of like analyzing this match in isolation from the season so far in terms of what you've seen. Let me start with the Adams about Liverpool. What do you think has happened to that team?
Mm.
If you are like to sort of like give your prognosis as a doctor, like what are the issues that you're seeing from as an outsider looking in? Your team, Chelsea has played Liverpool. I'm sure you saw what happened in that game,
Yeah.
how Liverpool played. So what is your viewpoint on the Premier League champions?
I think Liverpool they've had it backwards. They've had it backwards because you'd have expected when Slot came in for this to be his first season. Like if this was his first season when he came in, everybody would be like, "Oh yeah, Klopp just left. We're rebuilding. Let's give him time. We need that time to, we just lost like a generational manager. We have some of the boys that are not going to be here anymore, and we're trying to rebuild off of that." But he came in and what did he do? He won the league. He was going through his press conference really smooth, sweet talking everyone, breaking down tactics during press conference. And it was looking good for him. Life was looking really good. He had Salah scoring goals. And some people were even daring to say that, man, this guy is just, he has better management skills than Klopp. Look at him getting the best out of Salah. This is exactly what we needed last season. If only we had this last season, if only we could have conserved our energy last season, maybe we could have won the league and not Man City. A lot of talk, prematurely, but we have to give it to him. He's a Premier League champion. That is never going to be taken away from him. He did, he stayed. And this season, I felt like this season it was the handwriting was on the wall, but we just couldn't, especially Liverpool fans. Um, you guys were trying to force that Arsenal rivalry, I would say. and try to prop up your team as the main contender for the title. You know, and I don't blame you guys, right? Maybe I would have probably done the same thing if I was a Liverpool fan. But the problem was you made too many changes in terms of signings. You lost also like a generational player in terms of Trent. That's very hard to replace. And there were obvious cracks in your team, within your team, defensively, in the midfield. Gravenberg played as a number 6 last season, and he was like the best thing since sliced bread. But we could tell that he's not a natural number 6, and even if he is, he needed somebody else. He needed help, right? You needed help in that midfield. Well, you guys just chose to strengthen the attack alone, and the defense, Kanote, Van Dijk, you know, Kanote especially, he's looked very suspect recently. And I feel like you just need a competition, somebody else in those in those positions, in that position, to give those push, give those guys a run for their money, guys like Van Dijk and Kanote, just a little bit of discomfort, threat that will make it look like, okay, man, I need to sit up tight to play next week. But those guys know they're always going to play next week. What are you going to do? If Kanate doesn't play well, who are you going to put in there? Gomez, or who else do you guys have? Okay, you guys sold Kwanzaa, I believe, and yeah, we can see that this team is definitely going to need time for sure. This team's definitely going to need time, and like I said, they're forcing too many changes early on. We're already seeing that they are trying to shift away from the over dependence on Mohamed Salah, and that is going to be such a huge shock to the system because Salah has carried this team all the offensively, all the while that he has been here. And now he's shifting to Gakpo. Number one, Gakpo is not that guy to run the offense through. Like he's a good guy to have in the squad. I think he provides balance for the team, but he can't be the guy you play through, right? And then the other signings that you have, Ekitike, Isak, and Vert, you're trying to force the three of them into the team at the same time. That there's not going to be a balanced team, right? For sure, Vet wants to get on the ball, Salah wants to get on the ball too, and Isak needs his goals, Ekitike needs his goals. It's such a dysfunctional team right now that is looking very bad. Now, the egos are also very big, right? You have Salah. How are you going to tell Salah that he's not going to play 38 games in the season? How would you even think to say that to him? Van Dijk is there, Kanote is there, trying to get out, trying to run down his deal and go to Madrid. So there are a lot of problems right now, and they are, like I said, defending Premier League champions that they've propped up to be a direct challenger to Arsenal. Right? If before the start of the season, you guys say, you know what, we did very well to win that league. Now, let's just take our time to prepare for the future. Salah is not going to be here next season. We're okay to get fourth place. Let's bring these guys in and let them blend in, and then we can build from there. But you guys didn't do that. You guys thought, you know what, we're going again. We're going to get the Premier League again. And that showed from like your transfer ambitions, like trying to get Isak and then failing and getting Ekitike and then failing to get Guila final day. So it's a lot of work right now for Slot. There's a lot of expectation on his shoulders as a first-time Premier League champion. People expect very much from him, but I still think he's a good coach. I don't think he's, you know, Ateta level or obviously not a Pep level coach. He's going to need time to try to dissolve this team and make the team in his own image. But the problem is that the fans expect more. The fans already think that this is a team that is expected to win titles every season, but it's going to take time.
Mm. Well said, the Adams. A lot to sort of unpack from what you said as a Liverpool fan. I was sort of like nodding along. I'm like, yeah, some good salient points that you mentioned there. Chooks, let me come to you. What's your own take on Liverpool? Where has it gone wrong in your view?
I think I'm of the same opinion with the Adams. The the offensive signings was a little bit too much, and I think where a lot of fans should be maybe somewhat annoyed with is you saw the likes of Diaz. I think he gave you guys 13 goals, 5 assists last year. They didn't want to pay him. Those are the kind of players that just ran all the time. And ultimately, I think you have a good enough team to not lose 4 games in a row. Your manager needs to be accountable here. He's been giving a lot of excuses in the media. The whole long ball thing, I mean, it didn't start today. Teams teams throw the ball long. He complained about teams passing the ball long with you guys. I mean, it's as a manager, that's where your job comes in, is to stop teams from doing that. If you are prone to it, they have to do it. Everybody is trying to win games. 3 points in this league right now feels like gold because it's difficult week after week. But I don't think you guys did yourselves any favors by not shoring up your midfield, because I think bar maybe a few games this season, you've lost the midfield battle in most of the games you've played. But I think everything does come from the manager setting up correctly. And when you are going through a slump, surely because Liverpool is not really a United or an Arsenal where the media flogs you more. The media hasn't really flogged you guys as much as they would, let's say, Amorim start of the season, or if it was Ateta. But I feel like he's in a position where he he can change the setup. The players are good enough. I don't think it's a thing of, people did not sign enough. Players are good enough. Obviously, you want to have more in the midfield, but he needs to change his approach to games now. Because I know he complained last season, right, that teams didn't play him the same way they played beginning of the season. Well, I mean, yeah, because you are winning a lot of games. Everybody has to adapt, and that's now on you as a manager to find ways to not make yourself easy to beat. Because those long throws against Brentford felt like cash money. Every time there was chaos in your 18, it felt like something was going to happen. And then I think it was the second goal where you played so high, one long ball goal. Your goalkeeper too is not really making things good, because Allison, for the most part, knew how to bail you guys out of these games without the defense playing well. And some fans have to be patient with Salah. I've seen a lot of Salah disrespect. I think he took down his profile picture and stuff like that. That's why I don't get some fans. Even though the same guy won you guys the
It's
league.
crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's actually crazy what some fans do. And obviously, me, I'm not here to kick Liverpool fans while they are down. It's a time of, you've lost 4 straight league games. You only lost 4 games last season, and you've lost 4 in a row. I don't think it's time to flog specific players, because it's not a player thing, in my opinion. Especially since, like, the games, I mean, the United game, the ball hit the post like twice. The Chelsea game, the game was just ugly in general. Palace, the same thing. So it's not like you are being outplayed, but the manager does need to stop complaining and find a setup that is going to at least maximize what you have, and not put you in such a defensive position where you're always conceding. Because I remember that was the main thing we said going to the season. You guys conceded so many chances against Bournemouth, and even 10-man Newcastle, you conceded a lot of chances. At some point, people are going to start scoring. But yeah, I really think the manager needs to change his approach. If not, we know how this league is. He only has a few more losses until they start to call for his job, which will be unfortunate, because you would think winning the league has given him, this one whole season where he can finish 17th. Nobody will care. But I really think if people lose, you guys have Villa and Man City your next 2 games.
Ooh, spicy, bro. The value be some. You guys have red scarves in. What do you guys do when you? Oh no, the green one is for Glazer out for Manchester United. Which ones you guys use over there?
We we don't have any of all those. So
Sorry.
yeah, yes, yeah. So I think yeah, you guys have sort of given your views, and I think I sort of agree with majority of what you've said. I think first of all, I'll touch on the incomings and outgoings. I think I was one of the few Liverpool fans who was sort of raising some sort of concerns around incomings and outgoings. I didn't understand some of the logic behind allowing Luis Diaz go, and then you're expecting that okay, we'll get a similar profile sort of like player, or even someone who is better. Because I think the complaint from a lot of Liverpool fans around Luis Diaz was, oh, he doesn't, his output is still not good enough. Like he has that work rate, but they needed somebody that will bring him more goals. So if you're selling him, why aren't you replacing him with a like for like player? And then you brought in a Kitiki, which I sort of liked, which I sort of like since I've seen as someone that has like high potential, young player with potential to be like a great striker. I'm like, okay, that's a good signing. And then why are you then throwing 120 million after signing Ekitike on Isak? And then it just felt like the transfer, what's it called, strategy or policy wasn't, I don't know, wasn't thought through, which is a bit of a surprise for me because the current sporting director is someone that a lot of Liverpool fans see as someone that yeah, he's sort of very knowledgeable, he knows his stuff. So it was a bit of a surprise. And then s- signings aside, it just feels like some players have not sort of picked or what's the word now? They're not replicating the sort of form we saw last season. You're looking at McAllister anytime he plays, he feels like you're not seeing what he's doing. He's not there. It's just like, is this the same McAllister that we're sort of praising? That had a sort of brilliant season. Um, what's his name now? Ibukonati. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. He just feels like his head is not there. I don't know what it is. Is it, does he want to leave, or does he know, is he not happy with his current contract? So all that sort of stuff. And then you have the manager, and that's something I need to mention. Like I've not been happy with Slot and his first match and pre-match press conferences talking about teams playing long ball. Like I don't understand. Last season, his post-match conferences were sort of refreshing. Yeah, yeah, I'm expecting him to say, okay, fine, we lost today because we lost today, and then going forward, I'm going to work on this, and then the next conference, I don't want you to be talking about, oh, we're facing teams that are playing low block or they're approaching the game differently too. That's why we're champions, and that's why we spend all that money so that we can be versatile and flexible, And then he's looking like, wow, I don't know, he's looking like week in week out. It's just like there's no plan. You're saying okay, long balls, and then within 3 to 4 minutes, we're conceding from a long throw against Brentford. So what was that all about? Talking about in the press conference when you're not going to address it. So I have a lot of frustrations for the manager, but I'm not in the boat of them sacking him. I think whatever happens, I think he should finish the season. Like
Whatever.
whatever,
If
yeah,
you
like
guys lose the next two,
yeah, I don't like yeah. Let him just finish. Let him just finish the season. Like that's my own view. I think he deserves it. Like he has earned it. Like, and then another thing is I'm not a fan. We saw United with Amorim and how it took them time. So I'm not also a fan of sacking a manager in season and then bringing in somebody. I'll prefer a new manager will have his time to assess the squad in a preseason, get his own players. So I just feel like all that said, I think Slot should be left to like do the job he can for the rest of the season. Let's see what happens. For me, I think yeah, I think in terms of ambitions or objectives now for the season, I think the Premier League is gone. So it's time to start like as sad as it is, we're not able to like I saw a Liverpool fan asking like why is it that we're always finding it hard to sort of like defend our Premier League title, and then and the thing about football where I always say it defies logic is you're looking at the season when we won the league last 2019 2020. The following season, 2020 2021, the sort of anger among Liverpool fans was like, oh, Jurgen Klopp was not backed after winning the Premier League the previous season. Like he wasn't given enough money to strengthen the squad. That was why we had such a horrendous title defense. And then you're coming into this season and you're like, oh, we spent 400 million. So the Liverpool fans are looking at it like, okay, it's looking like we want to defend that. We've learned from our mistake from the previous title winning season where we did not strengthen the squad. Okay, it looks like we strengthened the squad. Okay, so we should be good to go and then see where we are now. So it just feels like sometimes you don't understand you don't understand how football works, and that's why a lot of us love the game. It's unpredictable.
Yeah.
So though I don't love I'm not in love with the game right now. I must say, but yeah. So I just feel like, yeah, let's just see what happens. The Premier League is gone. There's the Champions League. There's the FA Cup. There's the League Cup. Let's see what those competitions bring. I just feel like, yeah, we have the players, right? So at least win one of those trophies. I don't know about Champions League, but one of those domestic trophies. But at least, yeah, because at least see what the trophy can do. See Spurs last season. Finished 17th, but winning the Europa League. It did not feel like they finished
Oh,
17th.
that's the standards now.
No, no, I'm not saying that Liverpool should finish 17th. I'm just saying that you winning a trophy just sort of glosses over a disappointing campaign like in the league. Just it gives that what's it called now? Gives that feeling of, oh, it still feels
It
like a
wasn't that.
successful
Yeah, it
season.
wasn't all
So I
that.
don't yeah. So I don't want the season to just go out like oof, like nothing, not like just go out nothing trophyless. Nah,
You guys have Palace coming up in Carabao.
yeah. So yeah, that's on Wednesday. Yes, that's correct. In a few days' time, Crystal Palace. That's another bogey team
You had to
for
dispatch
us.
them quickly today, but that's not going to be an easy game.
Yeah, but I think we'll win. I'm confident that we'll beat Palace on Wednesday. I'm confident that we'll beat Palace. Yeah, I think we'll progress to the next round of the tournament. So guys, finally, before we leave Liverpool, your thoughts on slots. Adam, what do you think Liverpool should do with him?
And it's crazy that we're even having this discussion. Man, it's such a cutthroat industry. I want to know what like the um is it not employment rates or whatever rate retainment rate of like coaches in the Premier League is. I want to know like what. Yeah, it's crazy. No, obviously, man, he's earned the right to stay throughout the season.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely has. And before I come to you, and just to touch on Mohamed Salah as well, I think some of the treatment that he has gotten from some online fans, because I know the fans that traveled to Brentford were sort of chanting his name for the majority of the game. So, but from what he has sort of faced from the online fans, I think it's sort of disgraceful. Those are sort of that's why people use the term plastic fans. They are not real fans, slitting of Mohamed Salah. Like the guy has enough credit in the bank till he runs out his contract for me.
That's crazy.
Like he
Like
can just decide to just like from like like for what he did, what he did last season. This guy single-handedly won us that Premier League title last season. Like look at his outputs, and some Real fans stay slating him. Like I sort of get that, yeah, the team, everybody wants the team to sort of continue build on what they did last season, defend the trophy. But if he's having a bad time, he's sort of earned the right to to get the benefit of the doubt, right? You know. So I think what those sort of those so I don't. They're not real Liverpool fans anyway, because I know Liverpool fans won't do that to a player like Mohamed Salah. So yeah, I think he has enough credit in the bank. And then I think he still reminded us of what he can do with that consolation goal against
that was a good
Brentford.
goal. I just saw the goal before we joined the episode. That was really
Like you can see that, yeah, the quality is still there. I think he just needs to sort of like pick up that run of scoring, and then I think he'll be sort of he might not be back to or have the same output as last season, but at least he'll still chip in with the number of goals that he has. And one thing I want to say is I don't want him to leave Liverpool like with a disappointing season behind him and just live in a whimper. That will really break my heart. So I want him to still, I'm hoping and I'm praying that he'll still sort of like give it like one more push. If this is going to be his last season, sign out in some sort of way, a trophy to go, hopefully to sign off with. That would be great for him and for me as well. Yeah, chaps.
you know who really guys are missing this season?
Who are we missing?
Avi Elliott.
Are you taking the piece?
Please, enough.
Chooks. Right. Okay. Guys. So that's Liverpool right now. For defeats, Premier League defeats on the bounce. Not good. Carabao Cup action to sort of bounce back against Crystal Palace. I'm confident that we'll win. We'll see what happens on Wednesday. Okay, right. Let's switch our attention now to the the current table toppers, top of the league FC, as they're calling themselves right now. The Gunners, things are looking rosy. I've been seeing clips from pundits, fans saying that the Adams, I'm going to come to you on this, but I'm going to ask. I'm keen to hear your thoughts on this, but I would like you to sort of dissect Arsenal first. So I've been seeing a lot of comments that in Europe right now, you can't name three teams that are better than Arsenal right now in terms of quality of the squad, in terms of how they are going about the season so far. Um, they look like a team that is primed for, like, if not like a treble or a quadruple, with the way the team is going. How many goals considered in how many games? I don't
Okay.
think it's up to 4 goals they've considered, right?
Three.
3 9 games.
3 9 games.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I've been hearing my brother is an Arsenal fan, and he's been saying the Adams. I should let you know that that record, that Chelsea record, 15 games considered in a season is under threat from the Gunners. I can see you saying Yimu. I'll get your thoughts on that. But let me come to Chooks first. Chooks, the Arsenal. What's happening? What's happening with the Gunners?
I think this season, unlike last season, we're a little bit more healthy and we have depth. We haven't hit strides yet, but we're winning games, and there's this, just like last season, there's this togetherness with the squad. Like, even players that are not playing, nobody's complaining. Everybody just wants to win. And I think that's where everyone is as a fan. Like when Adams told me the Fulham game was boring, I told him edge. I just want 3 points. Like I don't care if the game is interesting, not interesting. I want us to get the elephant off our back this season. And so far so good. Games that we are usually dropping points at, we've won those games, and we're just playing like a team that has experience. And I think fans too are watching the game because we've had three straight disappointing good seasons, right? With disappointing ending. And just the way the squad is built right now, you can just see that I think they just know what they need to do. Obviously, I don't think we've played like games where I'm like, I'm going to know for if this is for real. But a game like today, in the last season, we Palace came to our home and I think it was 2-2. I think Palace have been really good at the Emirates the last three times they've been there. But yeah, for now, our defense is crazy. Saliba got injured today. Mosquera comes in and you can't even tell. So that's a credit to recruitment. The boy from Leverkusen looks good. He will probably get some more minutes in Carabao. So yeah, for now I can't really complain. I want us to score more open play goals. I think that will come usually around January, February is when we start unlocking offensively. But for now, the set pieces are working. It's actually even almost comical how the extra side about set pieces today. And he said that him as a player, every time they get a set piece, the players just feel like they're going to score. And that's something that is so good to hear that even the players, when they get this, I think all our chances they came from set pieces. We hit the bar twice today, two times from two different corner kicks. So the players believe that they are good enough to convert set pieces every time. We just need to click from open play. We need Gukeres to start getting some more goals. Saka got subbed. They could say he was ill, but players like that, we need them. Saka doesn't have an assist this season. We need him. Yeah, he doesn't have any assists this season, so we need him to. we need him to pick up now that Palmer is injured. Palmer comes back now. They'll start to compare Palmer to Saka. So, but for now, I have nothing to complain about. Another 3 points. We play Adam's team. Oh no, we don't play Adam's team next. Play them after Burnley, but Sunderland is going to be coming to town soon. So if they beat world champs. That's Sunderland super team. I don't know.
Uh,
But that Chelsea record, I will be on podcasting. I don't think it's likely, only because The league is just so different, man. There's too much talent everywhere. If we do beat that record, I'm not going to lie to you. That is almost as impressive as winning the league, especially in this climate where,
As winning the league.
yeah, like that's an impressive feat in this particular generation of
Oh,
ball.
you know the funny thing about Arsenal fans, right? They're gonna say is better than Invincible, and you know we've been trying to bring that up for a while.
No, I mean I don't think anything will be better than the Invincible, but conceding less than what the record is 15, right?
Yeah,
Conceding less than 15 goals in this climate. What the
yeah,
funny thing
it's
is,
insane.
it's not even the goals that is doing this. Apparently, we've only had considered one shot on target in October.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like
it was
I
a stupid. It was a stupid. I think it was that Nketiah's header or something. One stupid.
yeah, and it's like I don't know, like these stats used to move me before, but I need trophy to go along with it because Adam knows their agenda that I have inside cooler. And I'm not going to debut that agenda yet. So
I know it's going to be after a big
Adams,
game win.
Adams, November,
Maybe
our
after a
cup
big
is
game win,
big.
but we won't allow such Chelsea fans. Relax. We won't allow such blasphemy.
Adams, don't let me come to the bridge and leave with clean sheets. That's all I'll say.
Oh
I
man,
come to the
Okay.
bridge and leave with a clean sheet. I'm going to auction that. And you know the agenda I'm talking about.
don't worry, man. That's not. It's not gonna happen. It's not
All
gonna.
right, now.
The Adams, you want to chip in on the Arsenal?
Yeah, man. Arsenal, bro. I had them as my favorite before the season started. Just saw the way they moved, a different type of gravy this season, and it's so difficult to score against them. Like so difficult to score against them. Like Tito was saying, and I agree with Chooks. I don't think they're going to break that record or equal that record because it's such a difficult thing to do. There are a lot of top teams in this league. There are just some things that happen where it's like, man, you can't even stop it. Like, how do you even stop that goal? What do you do to stop that goal? And it's like, every almost every team in the league has that type of player where it's like, okay, brilliant, that was just a well taken goal. And then there's poor officiating that can happen, VAR these days that can spot things that naked eyes can't see, things like that. You just know. Plus, when I feel like when is also because I think they're going to win the league with games to spare, right? And when they have won the league, it will take a different type of like mentality to stay focused and play the game as efficiently as they started the season. Plus, the manager also want to give minutes to other guys that didn't really play from the start of the season, and it will not be the same team for sure. So I don't expect that they will break that record, but they're definitely going to win the league. Um, Quadruple, right? I've been seeing the quadruple talk too, and this happens. I think this happens almost every season, where it's like a team is so good, and people can't think beyond like the short term, and they start talking about quadruple. The funny thing in sports is like things can change super quickly. I think this
Yeah.
is going to win the league, no doubt. No doubt they're going to win the league. But things change quickly. Injuries happen, people lose focus, poor form, anything can happen. Another team just finds a way around something that Arsenal has been doing, and other teams are like, "Oh man, no, we can do this too," and knock them out of like Carabao Cup, or somebody does something crazy, it goes to the penalty kicks, Champions League, they're out of Champions League. So yeah, it can get very tricky in other competitions, and they have a big squad, which means they can rotate and still find themselves in the same level when they play these
Yeah.
other competitions. But I think treble talk is premature. I think if you want to talk about treble, you have to wait till like the end of the season, and if you are still in like all the major competitions, then you
Options
can
you
talk about
can, yeah, uh,
treble. But it's still very way way early
very
to
early.
talk about other competitions.
Yeah, that's true. I think the quadruple talk for Liverpool in the past maybe few seasons has always been around that match time where we're like still in all those competitions. I think there was a season where Liverpool were 2 games away from actually
Yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah.
it.
I remember that season. Yeah.
So yeah, it's always towards the latter part of the season. But yeah, but fans will always sort of dream big. You're looking at the score, you're looking at the defense, and you're like, yeah, we look good. We look like, why can't we do it? And there's no harm. There's no harm or wrong in
Right.
picking up your team to to do like the unthinkable, to dream to achieve big things. So yeah, it's looking good for us now, and just like a lot of, like, just like we've seen over the past few seasons, runners up on 3 occasions. It just feels like, yeah, if it's not
And,
going to
and,
happen
and
now, like when will it ever happen? So,
I'm
and it
curious.
just, yeah.
I'm curious to see what Chicks. Sorry, Paz. What you think and what Chicks thinks as well. A lot of
Mm,
people said, Arsenal fans, they said, Liverpool won the title last season because they didn't have quite the challenge that we've seen in the previous seasons, right?
mhm.
Arsenal had injuries. Man City were not Man City were before. That's why Liverpool won the league. How about this season though? This season it's almost like the same thing. Man City are not Man City were before. Liverpool are not there to challenge them. Can we say the same thing about what they said about Liverpool? Can we say the same thing for Arsenal this
If we can win this league by February, because both they deducted 30 points from City and Liverpool lost 8 straight. Give me.
Chooks doesn't care. He doesn't care
Eh,
season?
about
Yeah,
any of
guy,
this
yeah,
stuff.
we just,
And yeah,
yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. If we can win this league that early, because the City verdict is, they say it's supposed to be out next month, I believe. The verdict on their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Bro, if they deduct point from City,
Even if
yeah,
it's 15,
if they deduct point from City, they can find themselves in like 15th.
even if it's 15, even if it's 10 points, let me enter title race with Sunderland and Man U. Please, please. I don't
Uh,
care. No, last season was particularly painful, right? Because how far we went in the season with all the injuries we had. And Liverpool ended up dropping a lot of points. And we just couldn't give them, we couldn't keep them honest. And I think that is why you are seeing this season we just look a little different defensively, right? Because last season, man, talk about hockey games. Went to Brentford and conceded two. Man, those guys don't even score against us. Remember last season, West Ham beat us twice. Fulham, we didn't win any game against Fulham. Nah, it was indeed very, very scary. And then we now go play Man City, we're scoring five. I really didn't understand last season. We literally beat Real Madrid and went into a league game against Brentford and couldn't win. Then we beat Madrid again and now lost to Bournemouth.
yeah,
At some point, I remember Uzo was saying that Arsenal's Champions League form is better than their league form. Because we went like what 6 games, we just draw, lost, draw. No. But any narrative can be spun. I think we just need to win one. And then at that point, because me, selfishly, I have a lot of agenda that has been in the cooler since 2023. Adams, don't let me win this league by February. Because if you give
bro,
me if
you're,
you give
you're,
me 3 months to cook my agenda,
you're going to win the league anyway. So it's like,
don't let me win the league by February. No, no. Man City. I was going to ask you guys talk in the chat, but since we're here, what do you guys? Do you guys? A lot of people are saying that they're going to get a slap on the wrist. Some people are saying that it's possible point deduction. I don't know. Pius, you're usually more in the know with these things.
yeah. I don't think even the experts of the experts know what is going to happen. There's a lot of
But if,
possibilities that,
if Everton, Aston Villa, Leicester, I believe too, got
yeah,
points deducted.
deduction.
I mean, like
but those are like for different things though. Like it's like for in transfer
but City's
Yeah,
City's crimes are huge. I know Chelsea got punished, right? Although Chelsea's one was not really from
transfer
the.
ban or something. Yeah, we got like a
I
transfer.
mean, but you guys one was not even really from the what's it called the FA. That
Yeah,
was more of a UEFA thing, I believe. You
yeah.
and Aston Villa.
Oh, this season, yeah, we got fined.
Yeah, you guys got fined for something.
Yeah,
But City in particular, right? Especially when I look at them, and okay, like today, right? 'Cause I told Adams the last week with the Pirates that City doesn't worry me. Haaland worries me. If you keep Haaland quiet, it feels like they are not if they can't score. Like they're not going to win any game. And today, the Titan managed to get a goal, but the goal got ruled off. But that point deduction, it would actually bring a sigh of relief to me because I don't want any close races. If by January, February we're up 13 points, that's La La Land for me. Let's win it like Liverpool. They can say there's no narrative players in here last year, no problem. Let me go for parade. That's all. I want to be in London Bay at a parade, drinking beer.
Yeah, the boys maybe in March, the boys are in Dubai. Why some other teams are fighting for top four?
Yeah,
The
man.
boys
Adam's
are
there
drinking in
calculating
Ibiza.
how many goals.
Yeah,
How
I
many
feel
has
you. I feel you. Last season, I think there were like Premier League games were going on, and I was seeing Salah and Suppose line in Pisa going topless, and I'm like, wow,
they were showing
wow. Yeah, so I feel you, Chooks. You're dreaming, and yeah, you can only, it's looking more likely that yeah, that's gonna be a reality soon. So we'll see how it goes, in terms of Arsenal's eventual, season results, which is looking very good. Right. So I think Arsenal this midweek, Carabao Cup action, Chooks, Brighton at home. How do you think Arteta should approach this game? We've always said the narrative around Arsenal is now like it's a very strong squad. So we will be expecting to see some like second string players, the Waneris, the Daumans, the Incapis.
yeah, we expect some movements. Right now, I
Yeah,
think I
Carabao Cup is not like your priority, right? So yeah, you guys can
no
just
no
yeah.
we need to pick
You
up
need?
anything we can. The funny thing is I've not seen any quadruple discussion. But I honestly, and this is me being vulnerable right now, as an Arsenal fan, this club deserves to give us every competition they feel like they can go for. They need to go for it. There is no talk of don't go start playing French players. Put out a good XI.
Funny thing is, like, your French players are good.
Exactly. So,
So it's like,
and to be honest, Adams, there's no excuse for us to be getting out the Carabao Cup this early.
oh, yeah, yeah,
If it's like a semi-final against a top six side, or maybe we jump Bournemouth now in the semi-final, sandwiched in one of our champs games, it's like okay, no problem. But right now, they need to get into the habit of win games.
yeah.
Go there. Can't be
It's
that,
funny.
and those
This
are
is
one of the things.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, like these are one of the things I honestly always like. I'm one of the few people that like Klopp in the way of like even when he would go to the Carabao Cup with some random guys, he just always went deep in these competitions, and that always helps. I feel like the
But
team,
don't remind me, man.
man, some of those teams he used to win Carabao against Chelsea, like
Carabao Cup finals, man.
but yeah, like the players need to get used to it because as fans, that was the expectation. I'm not trying to get out the Carabao Cup early. That's not what we do here. City have picked up so much Carabao Cups in seasons that they've won the league. Remember when
Yeah,
they will win that thing early.
And
yeah,
usually, back in the day, if you're going to win a league, the Carabao Cup
Yeah,
usually,
that was the first thing. That time was Carling Cup. Now the
yeah,
first thing you win.
it's like, yeah, just see that.
So this season, I'm expecting bar maybe we jam Liverpool or City or all those top six sides. When you meet them, the games are not always going to be customary for us, except if it's Chelsea recently. Those ones we have.
Ah, man.
No. But Adams, now come on, we have people's
No, no, I
number.
agree with you, bro. I agree with you. That's like
It's like you guys jamming Tottenham with Carabao. You might not even watch the game. That's easy. Or Chelsea
not,
jamming
bro,
United
man.
with
But
Carabao.
we need to find a way to beat Arsenal.
You'll be
I
yeah,
sweating.
don't care.
Adams, if you jam United in FA Cup,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's going to be a long day. But yeah,
No, no, no. If it's Stamford Bridge, maybe, bro. If it's like, well, FA Cup is in one legged. I can't
it's
remember.
one leg, man. One
it's not
leg.
like
Whoever's home,
Yeah,
you will lose that game, you're out.
yeah, man. Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
against Brighton, there's no excuse. That's a 90 minutes win. We have a Champions League game after Burnley. Because our first real test this season is going to come in November when we play Tottenham, Bayern Munich, and Chelsea.
hmm.
So and Chelsea are gonna play us after playing Barca. So that's that. those three games can those three games can either solidify what we're building now or
Look at my
down.
defense and I'm sighing. Like, what?
Yeah,
Hey
yeah.
man,
Bro.
this is why that November period has a lot of tasty games. Like I was looking at the November December schedule for every top six side. Yeah, I mean you guys are gonna jam Madrid in November. Pious.
Yeah, Liverpool, yeah.
Don't don't let Trent don't let Trent escape with an assist to
Anfield.
I don't even know
Yes, Anfield.
who's at home
Yeah,
for
it's
that game.
Anfield.
Is it
Anfield, yeah.
Anfield?
Yeah.
Hey,
And he knows his way around there. That's all I'm gonna say.
don't let Trent touch the crowd, man.
He knows his way
And
around there.
football is such a funny sport because it has a way of throwing up all these scripts. Like trains will just be fit that
You
day,
you
and
you be
then
cracked.
He score one free kick. Cracking free kick.
I'm telling you, man. So yeah. So I think Chicks, I think you're right. Like the Carabao Cup will be will be like a sort of like a tonic for like success. It would be something like you would be like, yeah, let's grab the first sort of. I think the silverware is handed in like February or March, so
Yeah,
you want
February.
to so you want to
Let's
have that in the
yeah,
bag.
small appetizer, please.
Yeah. So and then you don't want any sort of toxicity that will come with like a loss, and you're like, oh no, and then it puts pressure on the remaining competitions because that's where you start hearing fans trying to say, okay, yeah, we have bigger fish to fry. Carabao Cup is like the least of our worries, but we'll see as it goes. But I'm sure in terms of predictions, I think Arsenal should have enough to beat Brighton on Wednesday as well. We'll see what happens. The Adams. Let's come to Chelsea. The
Yeah.
Blues. The Blues. Defeat to Sunderland this weekend at Stamford Bridge was not something I was expecting. In fact, I think I was like was one of the games that if I was a betting man, I might have lost
Lost
some money. I
me.
would have.
He
I would
lost
have.
me.
You're not
Adams.
a good betting man then.
Adams.
Are you serious?
Adams lost
Chelsea
me bread.
at Stamford Bridge against Sunderland.
That's the
I'm,
easy 3 points. Especially
what?
first game.
Adams, are you trying to be humble or what are you trying? What are you trying to do there? What are you trying to do?
No, I
I don't
think
understand.
us Chelsea fans know that those type of games are like banana
Ah,
skins. No,
wow.
it's an easy dub. But I'm just saying, like, it's kind of tricky. Like, if you've watched Chelsea this season, you know that they're probably going to struggle. It'd have been like the 3 points where we just like scam the win or something, especially at home. Like, you expect us to just like scam. It wasn't going to be straightforward. That's what I meant. It's just like Arsenal Palace now. We know Arsenal is going to win, but we're not expecting it to be like 4-0 or something. We just need that.
But you were expecting to win, like, and every other normal betting man and football fan was expecting Chelsea to win, especially
Well,
coming
maybe
off the back
because I'm
of
also a Sunderland fan, so I have extra context.
Adams, please. Nah. So so it was a disappointing day for Chelsea. It looked like it was going to be a good day when Garnacho scored that early goal. It was like wow, Garnacho has sort of arrived. We don't do 007 here. Like I saw some Chelsea fans saying we don't do
Wait,
double
hasn't he
zero.
done that already? Hasn't he done?
Has he done that, Garnacho?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
probably not. Especially
I've lost
he came
count.
late. He came late.
Yeah. So Adams, but on a serious note, what was your assessment of the game? Where did it go wrong for you?
I think, like you said, before the start of the game, I was thinking to myself, if we can get an early goal in this game, it'll really help us because I expected them to come and set up the way they set up, right? And if you've watched Sunderland this season, you see that they decided to play this way, and honestly, they look like the best team that has come up from Championship in like what 5 seasons, and they got a lot of smart signings, really smart signings, right? And they make it very hard. They also do the long throw as well. So I was worried. If you remember the Brentford game, they equalized through like that type of throw, and they scored, and it was a difficult game for us. So I was expecting them to worry us with their long throwing and their set pieces. They have this boy Ballard, beast, like
Yeah.
set pieces, opposition box. He wins everything. He wins every header. The type of player that maybe Arsenal should even sign just for the fun of it. Just sign it because like
Yeah. I think that's why Arsenal signed no guard anyway, right?
yeah. So that type
Yeah.
of signing, like he's that good aerially. And I thought to myself, only if we can get an early goal, they will come out to play, right? And
Yeah.
we'll be able to get. But bro, we scored that goal, and this team they didn't flinch, right? They still kept playing the way they set out to play, and sure enough, they got the opportunity, long throw. We didn't win the first ball, ping pong in the box, and they score 1-1. Cool, that can happen. Now we have what, maybe like 70 minutes of the game left to win the game. We just couldn't produce anything. And that's my frustration with our team. It's like we have had this problem for like a year and a half, where it's like teams come up and they set up this way and we just can't break them down. We
Mm.
have no answers. Like we just keep moving the ball to the sides, and we have the same types of wingers, Ganacho and Pedro. What's his name? Pedro Neto.
Too.
To me, they're like cut from the same clothes. Speedy, um, not really. Take on is not really their forte. One directional, but they on their day type of players. Like on their day, they can whack the ball, they can shoot, but on their day, like they're really good. But on days where like they meet like a physical defender that's going to stand their ground, they just disappear. But I felt like Ganacho did all right. Neto, I know what to expect from Neto, and I thought that wasn't the game for him to start. And that's the thing. I said this before. I don't want to pin all my hopes on an 18-year-old. I don't want to expect that Estava is coming to save us. Bro, he's 18. The same way I don't want to expect that a 19-year-old Achipong is our best centre back. And like we are saying in the group chat, Heto and Achipong is our best centre back pairing. No, that shouldn't be the case in Chelsea. You can't put that amount of pressure on those kids. And sure enough, those kids are going to make mistakes. They are going to grow. They are wonderful talents. Look at how Arsenal is dealing with talent like Waneri. That's how we should deal with maybe not Estaval because he's like a superstar. That's how we should do it. Someone like Achipong. Yeah, you have especially centre back position. You have another like experienced, really good, stable defender next to you, and then you can come in and you can come in and do your thing, right? Nobody's going to expect that. Oh man, Achipong is going to be our best defender today. Achipong is going to save us today. No, because I saw a lot of people complaining about Maresca taking off Achipong. And that's one thing about Maresca that a lot of our fans have not realized. Maresca right now, he's just he doesn't have many options, right? He doesn't have many options in terms of players to use, but he knows how to manage young players. If you leave it to most of our fans, they will expect that Estaval should start every game. Achipong Eto should start all the games. But no, Maresca understands that these guys are young. That's why you see Achipong will play today. Tomorrow he's not playing. Somebody else is playing. It's Tosin and Fofana. Because he doesn't want to put that much pressure on a young player, which I understand. And in that game, it's logical to take off Achipong and bring in Tosin, right? Tosin better on the ball while trying to get a goal. Also, aerially, you expect that Tosin is more experienced, a lot, maybe not a lot taller, maybe just a little bit more taller than Achipong, but more experienced to deal with like aerial threats because we know how good Sunderland are when it comes to the closing stages of game with like long throws and corner kicks. So it was I didn't think anything of that substitution. But Tosin this season, bro, horrendous. I'm not someone to throw players under the bus. I thought Tosin has been a free signing, has been good as a squad player, morale, good, good vibes around the squad. He has experience, he's one of the leaders. But this season, he has to be said, like he has been poor. He has been really bad. And that's just to tell you, like, he is not the go-to guy. He will never be the go-to guy in any defense. Right?
Yeah.
So he's just a squad option. And we knew this going into the season. It goes back to squad planning. We could have done better. We could have gotten Incapi was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to chip in. So, like, so what you're saying about Tosin, is it just in reference to this Sunderland game, or like throughout the season so
Oh,
far, it
try
has
to
not been good enough?
I saw
Okay.
one stat where it's like I think he's had 7 errors leading to go in 450 minutes or something. I don't know if it's right.
Wow.
So, well, one
Wow.
crazy. And now he's been bad. If you remember that Fulham game, if you remember that Fulham game, that Josh King boy,
Good.
that
Oh yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
yeah, he's been terrible. And Chaloba hasn't been any better.
Yeah, I wanted to say, I think that goal, maybe Chaluba might even have to take more of the blame. I
Well,
think,
that's like the craziest defensive like
like,
this
what
thing
are
I've
you
seen
doing?
in my life. That was a 2v1. Imagine Saliba
Yeah,
or Real in that position. Bro, they will
like
bully this guy.
one of your players is holding up the guy, so the other person should use the numerical
I
advantage.
don't
And
know. I
I'm
don't
just
know.
like, what
I'm
are you
seeing
doing?
I'm seeing guys make video to. I saw one guy make video to defend that. Like, oh, he pinned him. There's no way. He can't move. And even to get to that position, first, like we shouldn't even be in that position because we're supposed to keep that offside trap. He should have been offside. But Tosin is
Yeah.
slow. Right? Tosin is slow. And even if he's not offside, he could have gotten to the ball. Like he should have shielded the ball a different way, where like you usher him somewhere else. Do you get?
Away
But
from
Tosin is
goal, we not allow him turn. Like, you make it difficult
on.
for him to turn and try and
So
Yeah, he was bad defending. Yeah.
yeah, 4 goals. Now I think we've lost 4 games. 4 games, top 4 race, like this
In,
early on. And the thing about top 4 race is like teams are not going to be consistent too. Teams are going to lose. But bro, we've not given ourselves any margin for error. Like imagine losing four
as
games
in,
this early on. Like what are we going to?
and to think, I think, and to think, Adams, I to think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chooks. I think there was this feeling coming into the season that Chelsea would challenge for the title.
I mean, like some of our fans said that. Some of our fans
Yeah,
said that, but we know that, and those that know, like, bro, look at the squad. We we replaced some guys. We got in some promising guys, but there's still some question. Even the coach openly said it that look, I need a defender. I need defenders, and yeah, that has cost us. And in this type of game, right? If you can't win it, don't lose it, bro.
yeah,
Don't lose it. 1-1. We'll shout. We'll scream. We say, man, we should have won that game, but at least we know we have 1 point. But now we left that game with 0 points.
points.
Now that
Yeah,
hurts, man. That particular game hurts. Like it hurts so
yeah.
much.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Okay, so looking forward, the Adams Carabao Cup for Chelsea this week. I think it's Wolves, who are also having like a bad run of form right now. So I'm expecting Chelsea fans to be
No,
like,
no,
yeah,
no, no. We don't have any excuse now. We have to win that game. We have to win that.
yeah.
We have to
Even
win.
though away from home can be tricky, but
I don't care what it is, bro. You
away,
have
even if it's in Adama Simba Stadium in
on
Ibadan.
that. Bro, we have to win that game. I know Maresca is going to rotate. That's the type of coach he is. He likes to. Yeah, he trusts the squad. He is going to use every player that he has in his team. So you're probably going to see Jorgensen. You're going to see Fofana and maybe Chaloba again, or Heto and somebody else, Gusto back in the team. But we have to win that game. I don't care what it is.
Yeah,
And again, just like you guys, Maresca, unlike you, is open to say, unlike your coach, is open to say that, well, we need to find a solution against this long throw.
Mm.
hmm.
Slot, slot,
Slot
slot,
jive.
slander.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Adams is right. Yeah,
we need to, man. We need to, and maybe even get somebody to throw it to throw long throws ourselves, man. I don't mind it, bro. I don't know who
so
has
set piece and long throws are the new
James
bride.
is like someone that can throw long balls.
Man, that Coyote boy.
Yeah, Michael
Bro, that
Kennedy, like,
that guy. Yeah, that
yeah,
guy.
I'll give it to Thomas Frank for that sign.
Yeah.
Just signed Thomas Frank. Those,
I don't know where they spawned him from because I never heard of him before that before I saw
yeah,
my first one.
I think I've seen him once in one of these
You know,
European under 21 tournaments for
oh,
Italy.
okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, man. It's like, bro, this season is already lit. It's looking peak, man. And you see guys like Manchester United, they only have 1 game a week. They don't even have Carabao Cup. They don't have Carabao
yeah,
Cup. They
so they're
know.
not distracted. They're already focused on next weekend
Yeah,
against Shonda.
correct.
She's not Nottingham Forest.
And we don't want that. And also, I think this Liverpool not being good enough to challenge for a title is not good news for us either, because you guys are
Yeah,
going to be in the mix with us,
for
challenging
for
for
the
that
top four.
that, that
Yeah,
top 4 places. So yeah,
yeah.
it's looking long, man.
Well, it's still early though, October. Well, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but it's,
Yeah.
it's looking like it's gonna be
One
very.
thing though is I have complete faith in the manager. Like I think this manager
Yeah,
is. I think we might have struck. I know I'm careful what I say, but I think like he's really good. I think he might be the one for us. I've heard people say if we want to get to the next level, we need another manager. But I don't think we're even close to there yet. I mean, like challenging for titles, right? I need to see the difference in personnel
Yeah.
before I can say, okay, yeah, man, we're going for the title this season. But as of right now, this guy that we have, I think he's the best we can get right now. Like he's really good. He's improved a lot of players. He's gotten the best out of a lot of players. So I am really like hoping that he can find a solution around our ineffectiveness from creating against like rest defenses and this what they call it, set pieces as well. Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
just maybe if you can help him out, man, help him out with it. Arsenal, man, just loan us one of these guys that are not playing. Give us them copy.
Nah, 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 nah.
Nah, no
Sorry,
love from
sorry,
us. Now you're
man.
not
Head
going to get
down.
any love.
Nah, man, I think January we need to dip. We need to go to the market, man. Get somebody.
Wow, another how many million pounds again?
Man,
Chelsea.
get somebody. We have Tosi out there. We pull him. Like, come on, carry your. Unfortunately, Tosi has some big men behind him. Tosi, Tosi is a smart man. Tosi went
I mean, they call him uncle.
Uncle Tosin.
for emotional support, man, for one of our best players. So it's like, now we can't make Palmer unhappy, but
Nah, the guy came there to come and relax. All those injuries, nah, it's not important.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, because of time, let's quickly touch on what I'll call like the best of the rest. United, City, Tottenham. We also might also touch on Bournemouth and Sunderland as well. But let's sort of quickly touch on United, right? I think it's 3 wins on the bounce now in the Premier League. 3 wins, 3 wins in
Yeah.
the bounce now in the Premier League. Above Chelsea and Liverpool on the Premier League table. Life is feeling good. I'm seeing Umbuemo and Ahmad shaking it to the max.
Keep that up. Keep that up.
So, so yeah. So, Chooks, Chooks? Let me ask you. So, is it that Amorim's tactics are sort of finally paying off, or what is it? What has changed for United for you, or is it just the luck of or is it just luck, or in your view, what has changed for you for United?
I don't think anything has changed. It's like with Chelsea, like when people flog Chelsea those years, it's the same thing. If you spend money on quality players, at some point their quality is going to show. Especially when you've lost so much that a lot of teams are not playing you with the same top six respect, right? So those qualities are going to show, which is what we're seeing. Like, I mean, Mbeumo and Kunia are one of the best players in the league last season. They are not just going to be bad, but again, they haven't proved that they are back
Yeah,
to me. But they are going to win games. Like, banter aside, it's like Chelsea losing to Sunderland, right? It's not the end of the world. Chelsea is going to win more games than they are going to lose games. The problem is can you win enough to where you start being in discussions you want to be in? I know Adams, even George too, don't want to be here in top four. Deep down, they want their team, just like any of us, want our teams to be competing.
yeah,
Well, United is for me is a case of the quality of those players are bound to start showing eventually. And momentum is crazy. If you beat Chelsea, beat Liverpool, like everybody's on top of the world. Hopefully, their world comes crashing down soon.
Man, we need that fella to keep his head, man.
Yeah, but as you said, like they're dancing, everybody's happy. Like the vibe 3 weeks ago there was not this, but
yeah,
it's like how you guys are when you guys beat us before the first national break. They could say no wrong about slots. Now look, now vibes are
yeah,
down.
exactly. It's
It's
crazy. It's crazy how things quickly change.
Bro, man, I'm having United fans text me to look at the table. Bro, man,
Yeah.
it's insane. It's insane. Shout out, Toby. Texting me like, "Oh man, check out the table. Where are you at?" We're like, bro, like
Wow.
we can't let this team be good. Bro. We
I
can't.
remember a few weeks ago, I think on this show, we're discussing potential crisis at United. Amorim out, them losing to Grimsby in the end in the
Oh
Ah,
man. Now,
I think
Liverpool, man, Liverpool, you guys are changing lives, man. You're giving these homeless people, you're giving them cars and houses in in Banana Island. What's going on?
nah, it's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. We need to. I think we would. I'm sort of backing us to bounce back. Just put a stop to that. We're not charity FC,
Nah,
so all that ends this coming midweek against Crystal Palace. Yes. Tottenham. I don't know. Tottenham. It just feels like
bro, let's make
consistently inconsistent, right? We saw them last week losing at home to Aston Villa, and then going to the Champions League and playing a nil-nil draw away from home against Monaco. And then you had like the vibes were starting to turn negatively, and then you saw them go to Everton today and win 3-0. So it just feels like, yeah, you don't know what to expect. It just depends. If you're lucky, you get the Tottenham that showed up against Aston Villa showing up against you. But the thing for me about them is like it looks like they have like good set of like players, right? They have like a decent team,
yeah.
like which on their day they can hurt you. So it just depends on the version of Tottenham that shows up against your team. So that's where they are. That's where for me, that's what I can analyze about them now. So if you're playing your team, you're just like you're wondering, you don't know what to expect, and it can be dangerous because how do you prepare for them? How do you like if you have a game against them? How do you prepare for them? So, but in terms of from Tottenham fans' perspective, I saw a Tottenham fan saying, "Yeah, well, he doesn't see where the negativity is coming from. I think they're currently third in the Premier League right now, above Chelsea, above Liverpool, I think above City as well. So, all in all, life is good at Tottenham. Uzo, shout out to you, man. Enjoying yourself. You're eating good right now, man.
What's the Frank engine?
I envy you. I don't know why. I can't relate. I don't know how it feels. So yeah, it's sort of. I don't know. If there's, Adams, you want to add anything on Tottenham? Anything?
Nah, man, I have nothing good to say about sports.
Nothing good to say about Spurs. Chooks, anything good to say about your North London neighbors? Down the N. What's that postcode again?
Oh,
Forgotten
and 17.
yeah.
No, we're going to see them soon. I mean, you know how that goes now.
I'll say,
But
Yeah.
we're going to
Y-
have
y-
our way with them pretty soon.
mm, hmm, Confidence is sky high. You're gonna eat good.
No,
Yep.
no, you already know. Adams knows too.
Okay, fair play. Yeah, Man City. Quickly, the Adams lost. I don't know. Can we say surprisingly today against Aston Villa? 1-0. It felt like they had sort of found their groove. They were winning games in the Champions League. Erling Haaland was scoring for fun. Like, and then surprisingly, they lost today to Aston Villa. So, does that tell us something that maybe they are not they are not that team? Like,
yeah, 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 for sure. I thought Aston Villa game was going to be tricky anyway. Aston Villa is going to be
mm,
tricky for any team, even
yeah,
Tottenham. I wanted to say before that Spurs Aston Villa game was tricky. Aston Villa are a good side when they play top teams, and Man City, it's been Haaland FC.
mm,
It's been Haaland FC, and that's not sustainable. He's not going to score every game. He's not going to perform that way every game. But I think there would be. I'm not. It doesn't change for me. I still feel like Man City are like the second to third best team in the league. So
mm.
they're going to be around second or third at the end of the season. But maybe Champions League, maybe cup competitions. But this season of the league, I'm not expecting anything um,
Mm.
crazy from them.
From them. Okay, fair. Chooks, you want to add anything on Man City?
I'm waiting for the point deduction, my brother.
that's, that's just your own.
Nah, you don't even need that point deduction, man.
I, I I think Chooks is thinking strategically, just like, yeah, I need that point deduction to systematically knock out Man City from the title race.
Yeah,
So
I'll
I'll know that
take that point deduction. Oh. That's
exactly,
true. Okay, let them go there so that we can have less competition for that.
exactly,
I'm saying, yeah, I need the point deduction so there's less people in my own stew.
exactly. So you know that at least as an Arsenal fan, you're
It's
looking at
Bournemouth
potential
you're not
title.
looking at. You're looking at Bournemouth
Bournemouth,
and
Sunderland.
Sunderland
Ooh,
United, please. That's
ooh,
exactly the title race that
you'll
you.
be
ooh.
sending one area out there, man. One area. Eat. What's the name of that boy? That 16-year-old boy.
Down.
Dauman, Max
Ciao,
Dauman.
man. Good ciao.
Maybe we can win
So
this thing early.
yeah,
I can
yeah,
just get to just be notorious on every episode.
yeah. But let's not forget the Leicester season. Do you think Bournemouth can do something similar?
Big up, big up, big up, big
Do you think so? Do you think so? Hmm. You know, that's what they were saying the
up.
other time. I beg,
Real one.
Leicester. We saw them going December. December they were in the mix. They were like,
Only
nah, they will
going.
fall off.
Only going.
February, we saw them. They were like, ah,
I
okay,
beg. Let's get one. I
okay. Like I always say, it's football, twist and turns. Anything can happen.
Nah, Bournemouth is nothing, bro.
Bournemouth is not that team. Okay, fairs. Right. Okay, guys. Yeah, I think we have to sort of pretty much bring the show to a close. I just want to quickly get you guys sort of like predictions. So we have the Carabao Cup in midweek. So I just want to get your view, right? So I'm going to sort of read out some of the fixtures, and I want to get your view on who's progressing and who's not, right? So the Adams, I'm seeing Tottenham versus the current holders Newcastle.
Ooh, that's a spicy game.
Who
I
goes through?
think. Man. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Newcastle because
So wow. So you're telling me Zozo.
yeah,
The
I'm gonna go
journey ends here for you guys in Carabao. Okay, first. Arsenal Brighton Adams.
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Okay, fair enough. And then Wolves Chelsea, obviously. Chelsea to win
And the
it.
Wolves are in deep mess, man.
Yeah.
Bro,
But don't be surprised. We have our super eagle in there, Mr. Arokodare.
Like, does he even play?
I think he's gonna play Carabao Cup.
Yeah. I
The
think it's like
last time
second
they played and
mm,
he scored.
scored, yeah.
But yeah, I think he's
Against
gonna.
Everton. So okay. We'll see how it goes. Finally Adams, Crystal Palace Liverpool. I
Ooh,
think I think a super eagle might also be playing that game. Mr.
yeah,
Tosuchi.
yeah. Jonathan Uche, which he's had. I expected better from him, but he's not. He's not even getting a look in. Um,
Mm.
I'm just gonna say Liverpool. I don't see a world where Liverpool loses like what 5 straight games.
Okay. Thank you for giving me some sort of confidence. Chooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, those games. So Tottenham, Newcastle. Who's heading out?
I'm inclined to go Tottenham.
Tottenham. Okay. Then, well, Wolves, Chelsea. You're inclined to go Chelsea, I
Yeah,
presume.
that one for sure is Chelsea.
Okay. And then Crystal Palace, Liverpool.
I'm going Palace.
Wow. Fairs. I knew that. For me, I think these games there's always going to be a shock. It's never straightforward. You can never have a Carabao Cup midweek where those teams go through. I think the shock is going to come at Arsenal, Brighton. I think Brighton knocks at Arsenal.
Hmm.
That's what I see. I
Man,
think that's my
I
prediction.
don't think Arsenal want that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think the shock is either going to be between us, Spurs, honestly.
between Palace,
Is
Palace,
that you or
Liverpool, and
me?
Wolves,
Is it
Chelsea.
you? Is it what I think? Is it me? Am I gonna betray you? Is it me?
We'll see what happens, guys. Right. Okay, guys. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for hanging around with us today on the show. Yeah. Not a good weekend for Chelsea and Liverpool. Liverpool first three defeats. Chelsea losing at home to Sunderland. So yeah. So the feeling is for those teams and their fans that they bounce back in midweek in the Carabao Cup. You can't imagine losing over the weekend and then being knocked out of a potential cup. You start hearing some crazy Maresca out, slot out and arrested because there's already slot out now. So slot out and arrested. Yeah, and then for Arsenal, I think Arsenal will be the ones that will be able to still sort of stomach any sort of blow. They'll be like, yeah, it is what it is. We're good to go. Carabao Cup is even the least of our worries. We have bigger fishes to fry. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes, guys. So thanks guys so much for everything. Please do the usual, like, subscribe, comment. If you sort of disagree with me, that was this guy saying, please do let us know, and yeah, I'll be sure to reply you. All right, guys. Yeah, take care, guys. Thanks, Chooks. Thanks, the Adams, and we'll see you guys
Sam.
next week.